Hello friends, my name is Kirti. From now, I will try to cover all the syllabus of plus 1 in chemistry. Today, my topic is hydrocarbons. So, this is the fully explained chart of hydrocarbons. Let us discuss this chart in detail. First is the definition and meaning of hydrocarbons. As it is clear from its name, hydro means hydrogen and carbo means carbons. So all those compounds which contain hydrogen and carbon elements are known as hydrocarbons. For example, methane, propane and butane. Formula of methane is CH4, formula of propane is C3H8 and formula of butane is C4H10. These are some examples of hydrocarbons, as these contain only carbon and hydrogen elements in their compounds. So these are known as hydrocarbons. Now let's discuss the type of hydrocarbons. There are mainly two types of hydrocarbons: acyclic hydrocarbons or cyclic hydrocarbons. Acyclic hydrocarbons are also known as aliphatic hydrocarbons, or they are simply known as open chain hydrocarbons because they contain open chain of carbon atoms in their compounds. So they are simply known as open chain hydrocarbons. They are mainly divided into three parts: alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Alkanes are those type of hydrocarbons which contain a single bond between carbon and hydrogen atom in their compounds. For example, C2H6, that is ethane, as this compound contains only a single bond between carbon and hydrogen atom. So this is an example of alkane. Next is alkenes. Alkenes are those type of hydrocarbons which contain a double bond between carbon atoms. For example, ethane, and its formula is C2H4, as it contains a double bond between carbon atoms. So this is an example of alkane. Next is alkynes. Alkynes are those type of hydrocarbons which contain a triple bond between carbon atoms. For example, ethyne, and its formula is C2H2, as it contains a triple bond between two carbon atoms. So this is an example of alkynes. So these are three types of acyclic hydrocarbons, or simply known as open chain hydrocarbons. Now let's discuss cyclic hydrocarbons. Cyclic hydrocarbons are those type of hydrocarbons which contain closed chain of carbon atoms. For example, they are divided into two parts: alicyclic hydrocarbons and aromatic hydrocarbons. Alicyclic hydrocarbons are also of these type which contain closed chain of carbon atom in their compounds. For example, cyclopropane, cyclobutane, cyclobentane. These are some examples of alicyclic hydrocarbons. These are mainly divided into three parts: cycloalkenes, cycloalkenes and cycloalkynes. Cycloalkanes are those type of hydrocarbons which contain closed chain of carbon atom and a single bond between their compounds. For example, cyclopropane, as it is clear from its formula, it contains a single bond between carbon atoms. So this is an example of cycloalkane. Next is cycloalkenes. Cycloalkenes are those type of hydrocarbons which contain closed chain of carbon atoms between a double bond is present between them. For example, cyclopropane, as it is clear, there is a double bond between the carbon atoms. So this is an example of cycloalkene. Next is cycloalkynes. Cycloalkynes are those type of hydrocarbons which contain a triple bond between closed chain of carbon atoms. For example, cyclohexane, as this contains a triple bond between two carbon atoms. So this is an example of cycloalkyne. Next type of cyclic hydrocarbon is aromatic hydrocarbons. Aromatic hydrocarbons are those type of hydrocarbons which contain a benzene ring between closed chain of carbon atoms. For example, benzene and toluene. In toluene, there is a methyl group which is present at the para position. So as these compounds contain a benzene ring between closed chain of carbon atoms, so these are examples of aromatic hydrocarbons. So these were some types of hydrocarbons. Let's discuss the summary of today's topic. Firstly, hydrocarbons are divided into two parts: acyclic hydrocarbons and cyclic hydrocarbons. Acyclic are those which contain open chain structure, and cyclic hydrocarbons are those which contain closed chain of carbon atoms. Acyclic are divided into three parts: alkanes, alkenes and alkynes. Alkanes are those which contain a single bond, alkenes are those which contain a double bond, and alkynes are those which contain a triple bond between carbon atoms. Whereas cyclic hydrocarbons are divided into two parts: alicyclic and aromatic. Alicyclic are divided into three parts: cycloalkenes, cycloalkenes and cycloalkynes. Cycloalkenes are those which contain a single bond between closed chain of carbon atoms. Cycloalkenes are those which contain a double bond between closed chain of carbon atoms, while cycloalkynes are those which contain a triple bond between closed chain of carbon atoms. And the next type of cyclic hydrocarbon is aromatic hydrocarbons, which contain a benzene ring between closed chain of carbon atoms. So these were some main types of hydrocarbons. So this is all about today's topic. Thank you for watching this video.